positive energy all the time. Good to see everyone tonight. Rep your city, rep your city. Everybody on Twitch, I'm representing Chi-Town, Kick, YouTube, and Facebook. I am representing Chi-Town. And everybody on X, good to see you too. Hope y'all having a great night. We got Rochester in the building. Texarkana in the house. Rep your city. Rep your city. What's up, Chicago? It's always a pleasure hollering at everybody in Iraq. We got Boston, Massachusetts in the building. Yes, indeed. Come on in, come on in. Rep your city. Rep your city. And make sure you support the channel. All right. Support the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. Rep your city, rep your city. We have Sacramento, California in the building. D Pope, what up, bro? Yeah, here we go. We'll be talking about Donald Trump and Diddy. We have Sacktown in the building. As always, Sacktown is one of my favorite cities. I used to go up there and work I think it was called Black Family Day that they had at the university. Whoa, that was something else. One time I went to Sacramento to Black Family Day. All of the fraternities and sororities be there. And it was getting in the evening and lines where people were still coming in there to close it down. I must have sold $4,000 or $5,000 worth of stuff. I was so upset because they shut all our booths down and people were still throwing money. I could have easily cleared $6,000, $7,000. But they shut it down. It was that many people coming. That was a crazy boy. I wonder if they still have that. It's something to see. Black Family Day. At one of those colleges or universities. Right? Black Family Day. Make sure you support the channel. Stay positive all the time. As we talk about this crazy situation with Diddy. I don't know how Diddy got himself in that mess, what he was thinking about, but what a way to ruin your reputation. We got Houston in the building. We got Nola in the building, the 504. Shout out to everybody in New Orleans, everybody in Houston. Much respect. We have Woodridge, Virginia in the house with the beautiful Nicole. Good to see you, Nicole. Hope you're doing well. We have Fresno, California in the building. Shout out to everybody in Fresno. We have Atlanta, Georgia in the building. What's up, Rob? Rep your city, rep your city. Give respect to your city. For those that don't know, ladies, I am trying to show love to the ladies. So I got a nice little thing going for the ladies. And I want you ladies to send in your prettiest pictures. Send in your prettiest pictures. And I am going to post you ladies' pictures. I was asked by a couple of people why I'm doing this. And I just want to have even energy over here. I want to have energy for the ladies over here. I don't want my channel to be too male top heavy. I'm a content creator. I'm on here talking to the people, and I'm talking to males and females. So I want to represent the females too. So ladies, send in your prettiest pictures to Pharaoh El-Aton at Yahoo. And I am going to post your pictures and try to represent you in the best way I can to show the people, that on this YouTube channel, we respect the ladies, we respect the men, but we want to always, give honor to our grandmothers, great-grandmothers, mothers, aunties, sisters, daughters, wives, girlfriends, and female lovers, okay? So send those pictures, send those pretty pictures. So yeah, tonight I am going to have another conversation late tonight. We're going to be talking about the women, relationships, and all that. That should be great. And to all the beautiful ladies that sent your pictures, that's great. All right. So that's great to all the people that are sending your pictures. That's great. Send your pictures. We appreciate having your great pictures, your wonderful, beautiful pictures. To show respect to the brothers and sisters, and especially make sure the women see that we got love for the women and we respect the women. Now, mind you, this channel is for mature audiences only, okay? And to all the ladies that have sent pictures already, much respect to you for sending your wonderful pictures. Much respect. And ladies, send your pictures. We'll add you to the presentation. So, yeah, ladies, send your pictures. We're going to keep adding them, more and more and more pictures representing the ladies, young, older. Definitely, I need more older women with the gray hair to show your beauty. We're just highlighting females in general, okay? So send your beautiful pictures in, and we're going to add you to the display. Some beautiful pictures, some real elegant ladies, young women. Really nice to see. All right. We always want to keep it positive. We got Pittsburgh in the building. So, yeah, just so that it won't be too top heavy over here with male energy, I want to show respect to the queens and the princesses, okay? So send those beautiful pictures and we will add them to the presentation. Now, tonight I'm talking about Trump and Diddy. Diddy has requested that Trump pardon him. Trump has already said, kind of hinted that he won't, because Diddy has talked greasy about Trump when him and Trump was cool at one time. And then Trump got into politics and Diddy flipped on him and started talking negative about the same person he was talking positive about, which I don't understand why he would do that like that. Me, I talk about politics, whether I liked Harris or Trump, but I really don't believe in personal attacks on Trump personally like that, because it's politics and it should stay political. It shouldn't get too personal. So I try not to really go on personal attacks on political candidates that I didn't agree with or I didn't vote for. Because I feel like in America, two people are supposed to run, and then whoever wins, that's it. And then we all should get behind whoever wins. And then it's up to the Senate and the Congress to keep whoever wins in line so they don't get too far out of line. Or the same with sports. If you're playing the Bears in the Super Bowl, and I'm from Chicago, I'm cheering for the Bears, and the Bears win, and you lose and you win, then congratulations to you. You're the champs, and I have no problem recognizing you as the champs. I don't feel like because you beat the Bears that I should trash you. We knew what it was when we got in the game. May the best team win. And when the best team wins, that's it. So I'm not really big on trashing the other party. I do think that's a little too much. Uh, with the national election and then the state elections, like every 2 years, we're finding ourselves and constantly talking about elections and politics, which I think is going to burn American citizens out because of social media. We used to didn't have social media, so anytime it was a Senate race or Congress or whoever's running or a presidential race, we only would see it on the news. But now with Instagram and Facebook and X and TikTok and YouTube, we're being bombarded with this stuff every day. To me, that's very unhealthy to be bombarded with politics every day, because it's every day they're talking about politics. And the news channels are cheating. They don't have to go find any good news. They could cheat and just talk about politics year in and year out, day in and day out. So they don't have to do any work. They don't have to report any details about weather. They don't have to report any details about food quality, about jobs, employment, relationships, family, hospitals, and on and on. They could just troll politics every day. Every day, all day, every day. Like the Midas Touch. I've watched the Midas Touch, but I can't watch them a lot because every day is just anti-Trump, 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 anti-Trump. And I'm like, so you all don't have anything to talk about over at the Midas Touch but anti-Trump? There's nothing else going on? Really? And they built a whole big platform on that. And so you could be against the Democratic Party and build a huge platform, and you could be against the Republican Party and build a huge platform. So you don't have to have any content. You don't have to talk about anything but that 365 days a year, every year, from here on out to the end of time. Because that's not getting ready to go nowhere. And it's just like totally ridiculous. So now you got people don't like each other because of their political views. Then politics is being used now for nefarious reason, for hate. They're using politics for hate, for racial bias, for sexual bias, for this you're a Republican president, so you just want to attack all the Democratic states. You want to send ICE and the National Guard to the Democratic states? That should surely be illegal. That's illegal. That's straight discrimination on the highest level. Yet we talk about discrimination in the workplace. Well, if you're going to have discrimination federally with states, you know you're going to have discrimination locally. You're just teaching Americans how to discriminate, pretending that the Democratic states got the most crime when the Republican states got the most crime. But the thing is, we don't want all this crime in those states. So what difference does it make which state got crime? I thought the idea was to stop crime wherever it's at. I couldn't see myself as president want to stop crime in Republican states. I want to stop crimes in the United States. That's what I would think. So it's gotten ridiculous, right? And of course, the Americans are jumping on it, lowering their standards to thugs and like gangs. So the politics has turned into gangs. You could politicize ICE. You could politicize the National Guard. You could politicize the police and basically make America look like Nazi Germany. You're looking, at this rate, it's going to fall just like Nazi Germany fell. This is not going to last long. Who believes this is sustainable? This is not sustainable. When one side becomes violent and abusive, the other side becomes violent and abusive. And then you got anarchy. That's all you're going to have. Good to see you, Ija Venice. Anarchy. It's ridiculous. And so we have a situation where Diddy snaked Trump, and now he's going to prison, and now he wants Trump to pardon him. Trump is like, bro, you snaked me. We was cool, and I became president, and you snaked me. Yeah, they got open carry in Florida. That won't last no time because people go rob banks. Duh. People are getting arguments and arguments that go bad. It's going to be a disaster. And that's going to be a disaster. Plus, I mean, let's keep it real. If you're walking around Chicago with guns open, hanging on your back, you're going to get robbed. Yeah, you're going to get robbed for your guns. Yeah. If I got a gun on my back and you run up like this, what can I do? You're going to say, give me the gun. Or you might have the other person come and take it. I mean, that's wide open gun robberies because a gun is no good if you don't have it in your hand already. So having it is not any good if somebody got theirs out already. If you got a gun on your side and I run up like this and say, don't move, go take his gun. Your gun is gone. Duh. Not to mention, if you got open carry, you got more people buying guns. So now when you break in homes, guess how many guns they're going to steal out of cars, out of homes. Gun thefts are getting ready to go through the roof. Duh. Who's minding the store? I'm confused. Guns don't stop crime. We had guns back in the Wild Wild West, and then it got down to what? Who was what? The fastest draw. So that's already been proven not to work because the fastest draw still gonna win. But whatever. But Diddy is bogus. He goes and he asks Trump to pardon him. Now, Donald Trump is not going to pardon Diddy. Never would have pardoned Diddy. It's not going to happen. It's never going to, never happen. No matter how much he likes Diddy. Now, if he's leaving office, he might, but most likely he won't want to touch it. And the reason Donald Trump doesn't want to touch Diddy's case with a 10-foot pole is because Diddy's case is about women. It's about doing crazy things with women. And Trump has been accused of doing crazy things with women. So there's no way Trump would pardon Diddy because they would say, yeah, you pardoned him because what? Because you just like him. And so if I was advising Trump, I'd be like, listen, we don't want to touch no cases about men having problems with women. If I was advising Trump, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole because they're going to say, yeah, of course you're going to pardon Diddy because you just like him, you know? You probably was at some of his parties, see what I'm saying? Oh, no. That's not going to work. Trump, if you're watching, you cannot get involved with Diddy concerning women, okay? You, Trump, listen to your boy. You cannot get involved with this. Diddy on his own. You know your name West, and you ain't in that mess. So Trump, don't say Pharaoh didn't give you no game. I ain't no hater, and I hope to see you later. But don't you jump in this mess, because you know this ain't what you want. You know what I'm saying? You don't. Diddy's on his own. Diddy got to be on his own. Because this would be horrible for you, Trump, if you helped Diddy. I'm just gonna tell you, I don't see if Trump helped Diddy, that would be absolutely horrible. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. His name would go through the mud. They're gonna start talking about the Epstein files and all of that. So the answer is no. Diddy, I'm speaking for President Trump unofficially. No, you're on your own. As a representative for President Trump, we don't condone abusing women. And that's the end of it, okay? Plus, you said some pretty horrible things about President Trump. So he's not going to be able to help you. You're on your own. You're on your own, Diddy. You're on your own with this one. Trump is like, boy, if you don't get out of here, boy, women, abuse, I'm like, this was a simple. I'm like, man, ain't no way Trump finna touch that. Man, women, abuse, man, Trump's not finna touch that. He'd be crazy to pardon Diddy. If Trump pardoned Diddy, his reputation would be worse than it is already. And he's pandering to a lot of races, so it sure wouldn't be good to pardon the black guy. Not right now, not while you're playing the race card, Trump. We know you're not no racist. We know you're a hustler, but you playing the race card, Your daddy taught you a little bit about racism, and you're gonna pimp the Republican Party, That's a lot of hate over there. So, I can't hate you for, fanning the flame of, if you find a fool, bump his head. So you found a bunch of racist fools, you bumping their head to get in there. And you ain't gonna help them. You're only gonna help billionaires and trillionaires. So them poor racists, I don't know, they gonna be mad at you, Trump, if you watch it. Trump, they finna hate you with about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When they find out you not finna help them, boy, ain't another Republican gonna win for 8 years. Republican Party finna crash and burn when they find out Trump ran a quick one on them and they lose all their farms. They say J.D. Vance is buying up the farmland. Imagine that, you losing your land and the vice president got a company buying it. Man, there's a sucker born every minute. But I wanted to speak on this because I was like, ain't no way Trump finna get involved in nothing concerning no women. Diddy, you on your own. Trump, when they ask him about Diddy, he be like, Diddy, he don't never speak on the case. He be like, he said some nasty things about me. The last time they asked him, he really spent them. He don't want to talk about it. He don't want to talk about no Diddy, bro. Diddy, you on your own. You finna go, do a couple years, come back out. Everybody gonna sue you. You're gonna age, and you're gonna go out like a lame. You ain't gonna never be no player, not the way you was playing. You ruined your whole reputation. I don't understand. Well, I do understand. Leave them substances alone. If you young people watching me, certain things you don't want to get involved with. Cigarettes. Ruin your life. Bad addiction. You will do crazy things for a cigarette. Trust me when I'm telling you. Alcohol. You'll do crazy things for alcohol. And both cigarettes and alcohol mess up your money because it'll shorten your lifespan, cost you a lot of money medical. Drugs. Same thing, addiction. Cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, addiction, sickness, health problems. And you'll do something strange for a little bit of change. You don't want to deal with none of those things. SEX fetishes. You know what I'm saying? Fetishes over SEX. You know what I'm saying? When you're a man, you gotta chill with the fetishes for the SEX. And I'm gonna be talking about all that stuff later on tonight. I'm gonna do another live. I'm gonna break a lot of that down. Like when you're a man, you gotta be careful with the SEX. Could ruin your whole life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really be a player. You can't be no layer. You gotta be smart. And we're gonna talk about that later. You know, I told a woman one time, I say, send me some pictures, you know. She like, you send me some. I'm like, is you crazy? I'm not sending you nothing. You know what I'm saying? What? I don't do pictures. You know? I was like, you know, if you see me it's gonna be in person. You know, I can't say what I said, but I was pretty much. If you see this, it's gonna be on your nose. You know, basically, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Boy, let me tell you something. There's only one way you're gonna see that, and it's gonna be too late for you to back out. Because you I don't do pictures. You know what I'm saying? You do the pictures, you know? Dominant, submissive. That's how we do it. I got toxic masculinity, but we're going to be talking about that tonight because I had a lady tell me, I said, I got toxic masculinity. She said, I got toxic femininity. I said, nah, I can't mess with you because that means you're a lesbian. You know what I'm saying? Girl, this train go one way. We don't do two ways over there. No, we don't do even, we just do Steven. You know what I'm saying? We don't do even Stephen pause. We just do Stephen. We don't do even. But she wanted to be even. I said, no, you can't be even. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say man and woman. But whatever. We're going to talk about that tonight. She wanted to be even. I said, you're not going to ever be even. I don't know how you're going to do that. Ain't no woman going to never be even with me. Not when I got to be the one to go down and confront the burglar if somebody break in. You know what I'm saying? So now you want me to be the dominant when somebody break in, but then you want to be even after I disarm the burglar that broke in the house. Is you crazy? If we even, that means you got to go downstairs when somebody break in. That's even. What? Child, please. We're going to talk about that tonight. And so Diddy got sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Chasing women, him and Trump, but especially Diddy. You know, you get off your square. You know, chasing women. It's a bad thing. Yeah, you love your baby, you love your wife or whatever, and get to a point she want to break up. You know what I'm saying? And now you tripping. Instead of letting the dough hit her with a good Lord splitter, you'll be all right. Go ahead and take that pain like a man and move on. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, women, chasing women, destroy you. Because a queen, you ain't got to chase them because they standing up. They not running. A queen not running. So you don't have to chase a queen. You chasing, if you chasing women, you chasing bust downs. That's the only ones going to be running. So, you know, these men, they get too obsessed with these women. And it be ruining their life. Now, Trump got lucky so far, but he could have threw his whole kingdom away behind women. He came this close to losing everything. Seriously. So it ain't no way he gonna try to help Diddy after he went through all he went through. Diddy is on his own. You know, he didn't learn. So that's all I wanted to cover that. I wanted to get that straight because people is wondering, is he going to pardon him? Now he might, but I don't see it. I don't see it because Trump has got a history with women, and Diddy did him dirty. And Trump is in the world with gangsters, and once you do me dirty, man, I'm not coming back to help you. That'll make Trump look weak. So I can't see Trump coming back to help him. The only way Trump gonna help Diddy is right when he finna get out of office and Diddy pay. Which by then Diddy be ready to get out. But he would have to pay. Yeah, they do their parts in the last week and Diddy will be out already. But if he paid with Trump, he could probably get out now, but you got to pay. You're going to have to give his sons or somebody some money to hold till Trump get out of office, but you're going to have to pay Donald. And Donald's strictly cash and carry. So if the bag's big enough, that's still a possibility with Trump. He doing anything for the bag. He ain't your typical president. So if they talk behind the scenes, because Diddy got money put away, his mama got his money. They gave him time to put his business order that's in affair so he can't get, you know what I mean? You say Diddy don't even need a partner, he should have got 20. I mean, not really, he shouldn't have got 20 because money talks and BS walks, ATLians. And so by the rules we go by, I mean by what you saying, but by the rules we go by, now he got the bread, he walked. You know what I'm saying? If he got the bread, he walked. Plus, you know what I mean? The thing about it is, they didn't even tell the truth about Diddy. That ain't the truth, ATL. ATL is what they telling you about Diddy. That's not the truth. They just tell you that the names have been changed to protect the guilty. It's more, way more to it than that. Diddy falling on the sword. You understand? R. Kelly got a lot of time, but R. Kelly didn't have a bunch of names involved like Diddy. It was a lot of people partying with Diddy that they protected. R. Kelly was doing all that stuff by himself. Diddy wasn't. That's the difference. R. Kelly ain't got, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying, 'cause I ain't going to be dry snitching. But Diddy fell on the sword. Diddy took the rap and changed the image of freak offs. We all know freak offs was a bunch of people, and Diddy fell on the sword and made it look like freak offs just 3 people and protected all the other people that really be at freak offs. Think about it. Before this trial, everybody knew freak offs was a bunch of people. Diddy got in there and helped change that image and made freak offs just 3 people. Imagine 3 people was a freak off. That's why he didn't get no time, because everybody like, man, it ain't nothing but 3 people. This ain't no freak off. Perfectly done. No, it's not. You know what I mean? No, it's not. So, you know, he made the move. He gonna be fine. He gonna be out like nothing happened. He kept his mouth shut. Maybe. Now, if he got tapes that he didn't want to turn over, he could slip on a banana peel or fall in the shower. You know, I don't know that part. I don't know if they still consider him a danger. Does he still have like blackmail material and all that? I don't know. So that's yet to be seen. But Trump can't touch that with Trump's past with women. He just can't. I don't see where he would ever pardon Diddy. They've already helped Diddy all they could. He gonna get out before Trump even get out of office. So what's the point? Because Diddy got 4 years. He already been locked up that's gonna be 2 years off. Then he got another 2 years. He gonna get good time on that. Diddy be out next year. Diddy be out by New Year's next year. He be out. He not finna be in here like that. Diddy finna sit down for like 11, 12 months, 13 at the most. He coming out. You gave him 4 after he already did 2. They gonna double that time. I know in Chicago, county jail time is double. If you do a year, that's 2 years. They give you 2 years for jail. They double your time for jail. So however long he been in that jail, they gonna double that. So if he got 4, 2 served already. Then he go, they gonna send him to some rehab like center, like they're trying to send him to New Jersey. He gonna do a few months. He gonna put some money up to do some type of programs. They gonna take his money, set up programs to help the youth, and he gonna be right back out. You know what I'm saying? You understand? Because if you talk, you get etched out in chalk. That's why. Ain't no talking out here. You know what I'm saying? You talk, something happen to you, they play what you say, they gonna spin that, and you just gone. You welcome, Miss Ann. So now you can't talk in that type of situation. Period. On the streets, if you a seller on the streets and you hustling, you got level 1, level 2, level 3, level. If you get up to level 4 and 5, you can't talk either. You can't talk when you get up to the weight, when you're doing weight. You can't talk. Guards and police don't make no whole lot of money, so for a bag, they're gonna handle that. That's retirement money. All for a cop or a guard, 100 grand. You out of here. Man, when I was in the county jail, they was bringing us liquor, pizzas, batteries, so we could tattoo and all that. Boy, listen. And some of them was gang members. Some of the guys was GDs and viceroys and talking. Nobody respect snitching. In America, everybody respect not snitching. The judge, the lawyers, prosecutor, all of the judicial system, all of the jails and penitentiaries and prisons, they only respect no snitching. Because they don't want to be snitched on. If a guard leave work to run and get lunch when he ain't supposed to go, he say, cover me while I'm gone. No snitching. I remember sometime me and my sister would get to messing with each other. She run, he bothered me, and then I run, she bothered me, and my mother calls back in there and say, stop being tattletales. We telling too much. Mommy be like, "We don't do snitches. Stop all that tattletale." Think about it. If your mama come home, think about it. You come home. You got a son and a daughter. And somebody went in your chocolate or somebody spilled something in the refrigerator. And I call my son and my daughter. And I say, "Who spilled it?" And my son said, "I don't know." And my daughter say, "I don't know. I want to find out who spilled it, but I'm going to love the fact they sticking together. Even though they sticking together against me and mommy, I'm going to kind of be proud like, yeah, he ain't going to tell on his sister. If I think the girl did it and I know my son knowing he don't tell on his sister, I'm going to like that because they got to stick together. That's right. Don't you tell on your sister. Don't you tell. Because if it was that bad, I'll just spank both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? On some G, If daddy want to get on some gangster, both of y'all to get a spanking that way. I know I got the culprit. I know how to get the culprit. You know, both of y'all butt get tore up. You know what I'm saying? So nobody like a snitch. Snitches get stitches. Keep your mouth shut. Because everybody do little stuff they don't want nobody to know. Everybody play with their time card at work. Everybody, do little stuff. So snitching is not really respected. In America, the police got to find out on their own. That's why you the police. Go police. You know what I'm saying? Don't expect me to do your job for you. Go catch them, Go get some fingerprints or some video or something. That's on you. You the police. You supposed to catch them. It ain't my job to help you catch them. I'm only telling if they did something to mine. Yeah, he shot my mother. I seen him when he did. Yeah. But other than that, I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't heard nothing. I don't know nothing. Sometimes you could be in situations and people do stuff. You better look. Don't look. Look the other way. Don't let them see you watching them do something. Look the other way. You don't know nothing. You ain't seen nothing. So that's all I wanted to talk about on that. Donald Trump's not going to touch that. Anything's got something to do with mistreating women or something like that. Donald can't. He's got his own problems when it comes to that. And if he helped Diddy, it'll look like he is a misogynist and he helping somebody abuse women. That's how it will look. And they'll be like, well, that's because you like that. So that'd be a bad look for Trump. A bad look two ways. It'd be a bad look for one, because he's been accused of mistreating women. It'd be a bad look for two, because gangsters, once you step on a gangster, that's it. We don't help you. So nobody respect him if Diddy spit in his face like that and he go help Diddy, he'll look weak. Him and Diddy was cool. Then Trump ran for office, and then Diddy flipped on him and started disrespecting him. And now you're in trouble and you want him to help you. If Trump help you, he'll look weak. So he's not finna help you. You got all the help you're going to get, Diddy. You'll be able to come home in a couple of years. And that's that. And get off them substances, because you could have got a bunch of people busted. Diddy could have got a lot of people busted because substance abuse. Substance abuse made him sloppy. You understand? So the thing I want my audience to know is leave that alcohol alone. Don't mess with them drugs. Don't get no sex addictions. put them cigarettes and stuff down. Like addictions is not good. Even food addictions. You got a food addiction. Now you weigh 380 pounds and you sick because you just keep eating sweets, eating. Like addictions will destroy your life. Gambling. Gambling will destroy your whole life. You'll lose your house and everything. Gambling is so addictive, you wouldn't believe it. And they got offices in there where you could bring your leases and you could bring your notes to your car. Like you could bring your stuff. You could put your car up for money to gamble. You could put your house up. And they'll give you so much money. And if you don't come back with that money at a certain time, they got the lease to your house. You know what I'm saying? People lose their houses and cars. Next time you go to gamble, go back in the office spot and see and say, where can I go to borrow some money? And they're going to say, go back there and make a left. And you're going to say, it's going to say, you can bring your deeds and all of that, your titles to your car. You could take them your title to your car. You could take them the deed to your house, and they'll give you a loan on it. If you don't bring that money back, they own your car. They own your home. That's a fact, because gambling is addictive. So the moral of the story for y'all watching me is don't have no addictions. If you feel like something's starting to be addictive, leave it alone. Leave it alone. It ain't no good. You married, you got addiction, you run around with these chicks, you run around with these dudes, you're going to mess your whole life up. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're going to ruin your whole life with addictions. Right? So stay positive. And ladies, like I said, send your pictures in. Send us your prettiest pictures. Well, you're looking gorgeous. You're looking lovely. Don't matter how young you are. Don't matter how old you are. We want to highlight the ladies. Make sure you ladies are always respected and show everybody how beautiful you look. And much respect to all the young princesses and queens that have sent your pictures. All right, so send your picture to Pharaoh El-Aton at yahoo.com. All right, victory.